Gamers, brace yourselves. PlayStation prices in the US might finally be going up. Sony has officially warned that tariffs introduced under President Trump's new economic policy could force them to raise prices on consumer electronics, including the beloved PlayStation 5. During an earnings call, Sony CFO Lin Tao said that these tariffs will impact their hardware, gaming, and semiconductor production. While she didn't mention the PS5 directly, the writing's on the wall. Sony is preparing for a potential price hike that could hit gamers where it hurts, their wallets. And this isn't just a one-off reaction. Sony has already raised PS5 prices by 25% in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand as of April. This is all happening in response to what they call a challenging economic environment, citing inflation, volatile exchange rates, and now tariffs. The US has been the last holdout, but it looks like that's about to change, according to Joost van Drenen, a professor at NYU Stern School of Business. It's safe to say that price hikes are coming to America next. Sony's president, Hiroki Totoki, floated the idea of moving PlayStation production to the US to avoid these tariffs altogether. But here's the catch: relocating manufacturing isn't as simple as flipping a switch. Gaming outlet Polygon reports that such a move could take years, with complicated logistics like labor, suppliers, and quality control needing to be sorted out. Even if they could build the PS5 and PS6 domestically, that doesn't mean it would be cost-effective. And that's just the start. Sony is also expecting lower PlayStation sales this year, about 15 million units, down from 18.5 million in the previous year. That's a significant drop from the nearly 21 million consoles shipped before that. A big reason? The delay of Grand Theft Auto 6. Originally expected this year, it's now pushed to May 2026. And without a big system seller like GTA 6, Sony may struggle to push consoles, even more so if prices go up. But Sony isn't alone. Nintendo and Microsoft have already moved forward with their own price increases. The Switch 2 was recently announced at $450, a 50% increase over the $300 original. Microsoft followed by bumping Xbox Series S prices from $299.999 to $379.99. Their premium Series X Galaxy Special Edition that jumped from $599 each to $729. And if that wasn't enough, both companies are now pricing major titles at $80, breaking the industry's 70 kilo standard. So, what does all of this mean for us gamers, especially those of us in countries like South Africa? Well, the outlook isn't great. Sony already raised the PS5's price internationally by 25%, and that includes regions like Europe, Australia, and yes, South Africa. That price hike already hit earlier this year in April. If you've seen PlayStation 5 prices shoot up at local retailers, now you know why. And it's not just the console. Accessories, headsets, and even controllers are likely to become more expensive as the ripple effect of tariffs and production costs spreads. For South African gamers, this is a serious blow. Gaming was already expensive here due to import costs, weak exchange rates, and taxes. A base PS5 is already over 14,000 rands at some local retailers. Add another 25% to that. For many people, that's not a hobby anymore. That's a luxury product. Games themselves are also creeping up in price. We've already started seeing major titles reach 1,400 rands or more for standard editions. And if Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo normalize $80 games globally, we're looking at a possible price tag of 1,600 rands to 1,800 rands per new release in South Africa. That's not even counting deluxe editions or bundles. For context, in South Africa, our salaries and cost of living don't match up with global pricing structures. A price hike in the United States is tough, but at least incomes are higher. Here, gaming is something people save up for over months. Higher hardware and game prices could gatekeep an entire generation of South African gamers from jumping into next-gen gaming. And then there's the digital store pricing. Many of us rely on sales and PlayStation Plus to stay in the loop. The bottom line, gaming is becoming less accessible. Tariffs may be a political issue, but their impact is deeply personal for gamers everywhere. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo aren't just big brands. They're at the center of the hobby we love. And when they shift prices, even due to global economics, it's the players who feel the hit first, especially in countries like South Africa, where the margins are already razor thin. Now more than ever, it's important to stay informed, budget wisely, and speak up. The future of affordable gaming might depend on it.